Hey everyone, this is Tracy and thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Today I wanted to come to you with a video sharing with you some things that can weaken your locks. This is something that is very, very, very important. So guys, this video might be kind of lengthy. So I would advise to get yourself some popcorn or get yourself something to drink because this is some very informative information that you guys need to hear to all my lock wearers, okay? And I mean locks of all kinds, not just sister locks or braid locks or just all locks, okay? So I have been experiencing some of this myself, and I'm to a point to where I'm like, okay, what is it that I really need to be doing? So guys, please take in this information because it is very important. So I went ahead and I just wrote down some things here. Y'all, I came up with about a good, maybe about a good 14 things. So I want to apologize, but then again, I'm not, because should I apologize for when this is some information that we all can benefit from? So I'm going to go ahead and get this started so it won't take too long. Okay, things that can weaken your locks. The first thing I came up with is twisting your locks to wring out the water. You know how we take our locks after we done washed our hair. I know some people do it because I done did it. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that this is very important, because a lot of these things I have done, and I don't know if that's what's causing my problem or not. But y'all, okay, we all take our locks and we do it like this and wring it and twist it real tight with a towel. Okay, stop doing that because it can weaken your locks. Okay. Number 2, snatching locks apart to when you get the ones that have married together or intertwined, and we just want to snatch it apart, haphazardly, not even giving a second thought that you could be ripping out hairs. You might not see it then, but later on down the line, you will see it. Okay. So that is something that we definitely wants to do. We wants to stop doing is stop snatching apart the locks. Okay. You want to spray something on your hair and let it sit a little while, like maybe water, or maybe even like water with a little oil or something. Okay. But that way it can lubricate those strands and it won't be such a big thing. Okay. Definitely, I've spoke about this in several videos. Using heavy products that can weigh down your hair. Too heavier products, like some people is using shea butter, I'm hearing on their locks. That is just too heavy for locks. I mean, too heavy for locks. If you're using shea butter, please stop. Please, or any other heavy type product. You want products to be loose like water. Okay, if it's not loose like water, you don't need to be using it on your hair. And if you do use it, I wouldn't use it a lot. Okay, that's just my thought of it. Okay, number 4, ignoring signs of dry and brittle locks. Once again, I've talked about that in numerous of videos where we need to keep our hair moisturized as well as the inside out. You drink a lot of water, as well as spraying some type of moisturizing product on our hair. It can be like water in a spray bottle, or some people, you might even like a certain type of leave-in conditioner, or something like that. But make sure you are moisturizing your locks at least twice a week. It all depends. Your hair will let you know what it really needs, okay? Number 4, ignoring signs of dry and brittle locks. Okay, number 5, switching up locticians a lot, because everybody is different. Some people are more heavy-handed than others, and we allow these people in our hair looking at they got our best, our hair's best interest at heart, in which a lot of them does, but a lot of them don't. Some of them out there just for that buck, guys. We have to be mindful of who we have in our hair. That's why I say best to do a lot of this stuff yourself if you can do it, because when you doing it yourself, when you're being too rough or too hard with your hair to where you're going to lift up, or you're not going to be pulling so tight, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, switching up locticians can cause your hair to weaken too, due to the fact people are different. Hands are heavier than others. Number 6, not taking action when your scalp is dry and itchy. Oh my God, please take action to that. I can't see how you wouldn't. But you know what? Sometimes we get too busy. We don't be paying these things no attention. And this is what could be happening and going on that's going to make us think about it, in the long run. Like, okay, what really, really happened? When I was going through that itchy scalp, guys, y'all, man, you talking about an itchy scalp. You constantly in your head scratching and digging. You could be pulling hairs apart. You could be breaking off things. All types of things. Another thing too, when you scratching, you want to definitely, when you're going to be dealing with your hair, period, make sure you file your nails. That is so very important. Make sure you don't have none of them hang nails and all that kind of stuff. Before you even deal with your hair, get some coconut oil or lotion or whatever it is that you use to moisturize your hands with, and use that, because you will be surprised at what your dry hands can do to your hair. Okay. Number 7, lock styling. I spoke about that in videos about styles being pulled too tight. You want to make sure you're not going through that. Number 8, not understanding the difference between short and longer locks. It's a different way you have to handle that. And if you're handling it not right, then you could be snapping off locks and not really knowing, or breaking hair down in between here and not even knowing it, because you thinking you doing what's good and you're not, or you just not even paying it no attention at all. People think that because you got locks, you don't have this to worry about, or you don't have that. I'm going to say this. I don't care what hairstyle that you get, what particular hairstyle that you wear, you still got to do something to it. I do not care. Call me crazy, call me whatever. But to me, locks is just as much as important to you have to take care of them, just like as if you wasn't locked. Okay, you still got to wash and make sure your hair is clean. You got to keep your hair moisturized. Don't that sound like the same things it was when you was a loose natural? It sounds like that to me. Locks is the same thing. Now, you might be using lesser products and different things of that nature, but you still have to take care of those locks. Okay. Number 9, another thing that people just do not realize and ain't got it through their heads yet, that color, at the end of the day, your hair coming off if it's not being taken care of right. And that's just, hey, I'm just putting it out there. Okay. I don't really deal with color that much, because yeah, it's pretty, but then it fades and then it get all ugly, and then you want to keep redoing it over, and you don't know the damage that you're doing to your hair. Same thing with locks. You want to re-dye your hair up all these different colors, and some colors are harsher than others, but to me, all of them is just as bad, because they leave your hair feeling like a Brillo pad to some point, and I just couldn't get with that. I just could not get with that. You moisturizing, you're deep conditioning, you're doing all of that. And I'm talking about loose natural now. You're doing all of that, and still at the end of the day, you're going to wind up cutting off a whole lot of your hair to get your hair back feeling right because of some color. Then wards time, or just didn't agree with your hair at all, because yeah, you got all these different brands of color, and all these different brands of color is using different types of ingredients, and you're putting that in your hair, which you never know at the end of the day what it's really gonna do to your hair. Okay, so color is just something I just did not mess with. And for God's sake, that bleach, oh my goodness, I done seen so many people lose hair bleaching till it's just not funny. It's just, but then you got some people that just love that bleach. But Hey, to each his own. I'm just putting it out here to help those who want to be helped, okay? Number 10, not marrying locks or sitting up allowing the locks to just intertwine and you not trying to do nothing about it. That's if you're not trying to wear your hair in that type of style. Now, some people likes the free form, that's what I call it, which that allows that marrying to take place or intertwining to take place, and they just not worried about that. Well, if that's what you on, then you don't have to worry about that. But if you not on that and you that's not the particular lock style that you're trying to rock, then you want to make sure you stay up on top of not allowing that to happen. And all you have to do, guys, is when you wash your hair, you go through that hair and you run your fingers through it, just separating it just like this, and you looking at it to make sure. If you find one that's like that, you spray some moisturizer there, rub it in, and then you just slowly pull it apart. I'm trying to tell you, these, in order to keep these on your head, you still got to do the work, okay? Number 11, this is for most of my people that likes to interlock their hair. Make sure that you're not doing it too tight. Make sure that whoever you got doing it is not doing it too tight, because that can cause problems too in the long run. You will find yourself missing hair and losing hair because somebody decided to want to interlock your hair and get it so tight to where it's like, oh my God, now my scalp is irritated, my scalp is hurting. It never supposed to do that. Now I'm gonna say this: why we have these locks so close together, okay, just like how you see this, you're gonna feel something when it get done. But when it gets to that fact, that fact where it's so tight to where it feel like your scalp about to pop open, that is improper interlocking. That's the name I'm gonna call it. That was done improper, because it is not supposed to feel like that. Not at all. If you done did that, then it's been interlocked too tight. When it's been interlocked too tight, sometimes you will get bumps in that area. It is never supposed to be like that. Not at all. So yeah, you don't want to have someone just want to get to that nitty bitty skin, get all the way on down there. No, you don't need that. You don't need that. Your hair is gonna look fine. Far as once it's been interlocked, all of the loose hairs, if your hair grows out around the locks like mine do, you will be able to catch all of that up, and you don't have to be sitting there suffering the consequences or got to run home and take ibuprofen and everything to try to knock out a headache or try to ease up the pain, because to a certain point, guys, that don't really work, because the pain is not with the inside, it's on your scalp. So it's just not going to work. You can sit there and put ice on your head, it's still going to hurt until it loosens itself up. A lot of the time when you get yourself in that situation, if you get like a particular spray oil or something like that and spray on the scalp, and just rub it, or just do like this, sometimes that will loosen it up and it will help. But avoid it at all costs. That way you don't have to worry about doing any of those things, okay? Number 13, lack of TLC, just not taking care of your hair at all. Don't have no type of regimen going to where you are washing your scalp and oiling your scalp, or whatever it is that you do. Don't make sure you just don't put too many things on the scalp, because scalp is your hair, your scalp breathes. And if you're clogging it up with a lot of oils and stuff, then that can kind of like slow down process. So you don't want to do that, but you definitely want to make sure you're taking care of your hair. Make sure you keep it clean. Get yourself a schedule going to where, I wash it this week, or I wash it every 2 weeks, or whatever you do that works for you. Because I'm going to tell you something, when your hair definitely needs to be cleaned, it's going to let you know, because your scalp going to start itching. So once you wash it, you notice that goes away, then that's what it was. You need to wash your hair. So make sure that you're taking care of it and doing those things that you need to do to keep your locks beautiful, okay? Number 14, make sure that you care for yourself inside out. Now, we cannot express that enough, because a lot of times your hair will thin out because either you got something that's going on with, things that I heard thyroid have something to do with your hair. you know, not having proper nutrients and vitamins inside of our system can have something to do with our hair. If we really get down to it, a lot of the times I think nutrients a lot of times beats it. We're not eating like we need to or should be, and then sometimes some of the foods that we're eating don't have the proper nutrients in it to where it's giving us that what we need to take care of our hair. And what's going to happen is our body is going to take all of that. Okay, that's why it's important to drink a lot of water, because that way you're drinking water for your body as well as you're drinking water for your hair and your scalp, your nails, and everything else. Because your body is going to, if you are dehydrated, your body is going to take all of that away and your hair going to be left with nothing. So then that's when it starts feeling dry and tight. Your scalp will feel tight, because I go through that. So yeah, just a tip. So, and another one, when it comes down to the hairstyling, I did say that, but this one is one for sure. Make sure that you are not having some type of scrunchies or barrettes or whatever, you know, what we make our ponytails and buns with, too tight, because that can thin out your locks. That is what I'm really experiencing. I'm thinking, because I went ponytail crazy, I was wearing like loose ones like this, and then it'd be these other like tight rubber ones. Yeah, here goes one. That's like this. And when they're new, you got to kind of like, they have that extra tightness to it. But then once they start loosening up and get big like this, then you got to do more like this to make that, hold that ponytail right. Make sure that it's not so tight, because I have a lock that's over here, and I literally had to, like right in between this area, I noticed the lock was getting thin. See, you can actually see it. See this? See how it looked thin right there where my hand is, to right there, to right here. And I believe that's associated with ponytail holders, guys. So I'm still trying to figure out what is I'm going to do, how is I'm going to do it, because I want to wear my hair. I like to wear my hair up when, you know, most of the day. I like to wear my hair into ponytails. But if these things are going to start causing my hair problems, then I don't, because I don't know if it's the stocking thing like this, or I don't know if it's one of these, because these are basically all I really wear when it come down to doing ponytails. So I got to go into the workshop there and figure out what in the world is really doing this. I'm not going to really keep wearing it, so I might have to get used to wearing my hair down a lot, or I better find some type of scarf, bandana, something that's going to take the place of this, you know, to where I'm not wearing these a lot, you know. So I don't know, guys, but yeah, that was it. I wanted to put that out there to you guys, because it is important, because sometimes we just don't be knowing these things is hurting us more than it's helping us. And we got to think too much of anything ain't no good, to where I have to look at that, because I like to wear a lot of ponytails. I go to sleep with ponytails, wake up with ponytails. Hey, when my hair gonna rest? You know, right now I got it resting, and you know, because I'm discovering this, so I'm trying to wear my hair down a lot, but then I got to find some kind of way to where it's not going to be in my face all the time. So yeah. So that's where I'm at with this, guys. I hope that this video helped. I wanted to come in to you with this information, because it is important. So if you guys have any questions or anything concerning this video, or anything that I said in this video, or if you know something that I did not say that could be thinning out your locks, please leave it in the comments section, because others who watch this video, I'm pretty sure they read the comments, and it'll help them too. But guys, until the next video, I'm almost at 20. I told you guys it was going to be a long video, but it was worth it, right? Thank you. So until the next video, guys, I want to wish you all well. So peace and blessings. Have a great day. Bye.